Big Three, Fantasy Alarm TV. I'm your host, Ray Flowers. Let's talk some wide receivers in the Big Three today. Let's start with number 7.6. That's the average number of receptions per game for D.Thomas. Now, I know everyone wants to talk about Thomas as being a failure, and he certainly hasn't played up to expectations to this point. Leads the AFC in touchdown receptions since the 2010 season. He's gone for at least 10 touchdowns each of the last 3 years and only has one. But let's go back to the usage. 7.6 catches a week. You know how many catches that gives you over the course of the season? 122. He's averaging 83 yards a game. You know how many yards that gives you? Over 1,300. We're talking about a guy on pace for 120 catches and 1,300 yards. Should you be really upset? You know, the touchdowns will improve. They will increase. You simply can't be targeted that frequently and not have that number rise. He's been one of the best red zone threats the last couple of years, especially last season, led in a bunch of metrics. D.Thomas is someone to hold, or he's someone to go get from someone who doesn't want him. He's not someone to panic with. Don't panic with D.Thomas. Second number today is 18. That's the number of targets that we're seeing last week by Golden Tate. 18 targets. I mean, they threw the ball 70 times, the Lions did, as they were completely wiped off the planet by the Cardinals. We're obviously not going to see them throw the ball that much moving forward. Offensive line is an issue for the Lions. Matthew Stafford is an issue for the Lions. Golden Tate's kind of just a guy right now. He's a wide receiver 3 type in a PPR setup. No touchdowns at this point. Only 2 of 5 games as he got to 70 yards. 4 or 5 games he has seen at least 7 targets. He's a guy that catches 5 for 50 at this point. That's kind of what you should expect with him. Again, a wide receiver 3 in a PPR setup, not more at the moment. And then the final number today is 6, as the number of catches per each of the last 3 weeks for Jamison Crowder of the Redskins. That's right, 6 catches in every game the last 3 he's played. In fact, he's averaging 7 receptions in those 3 games for 66 yards. Not big numbers, not anything to get excited about, you think, but if you do that, 766, over the course of 16 weeks, you know what you end up with? You end up with 112 catches and 1,050 yards. They're pretty good numbers. Jamison Crowder is certainly trending. We don't know if Deshaun Jackson's going to play or not in Week 6 because of his hamstring issue. If he comes back, it's not a bad thing for Crowder. They fill completely different roles. Crowder underneath, Jackson obviously stretching the field. We know that Jordan Reed is going to miss the game, it appears like, with concussion and his myriad of injuries. Jamison Crowder, one of the more consistent, under-the-radar performers at the wide receiver position in the NFL the last 3 weeks. FantasyAlarm.com. Don't forget to go there right now to get your rankings for Week 6. They're absolutely free. FantasyAlarm.com.